Hey everyone! Welcome to tonight's video. I'm just getting set up here. And that someone asked me to tag them in their name in the video. And I'm just trying to figure out how to do that. Because it's occurred to me, I'm not quite set up for that right now. Let me see if I can reach my phone. Alright. Okay, let me get this one little step done. I'm having some technical difficulties tonight, but that's okay. Now I'm replaying myself, apparently. Oh, it's been a chaotic evening, but that's okay. Alright. Because one person really wanted me to tag her. I'm just doing that now. Okay. So let's do this. Alright, so let's jump into it. Hey, my name is Lauren. I am Color the Kitty and Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And this is my usual Thursday video that I put together most Thursdays. It's my Thursday Hello, where I come on, I talk about some arts and crafts, put together a project, and hopefully it looks good, and we'll go from there. Alright, so first we gotta do the housekeeping. We're gonna start off with the upcoming events and dates slide here. There's a whole bunch of new information on here, because we're now into a new month. Yay, September. Alright, so starting new in Stampin' Up! World is weekly deals, and we'll talk about that a little bit more, because I do have a slide for that. So what's happening is there's a page on the Stampin' Up! Website where it's got weekly deals, and every Thursday it will be updated with a new set of deals and promos. Items discounted down to some point. I haven't really had a good chance to look at it today, other than, hey, there's the deals, make some pictures, and go from there. So it's a neat little idea for short time promotions, because now Celebration is over, and I think we're all going to miss Celebration, or at least I am. I'm getting attention span of a squirrel. I remember I needed one more item for tonight. I just found it. Okay. Alright, let's do this. For the August draws and bingo, I'll be doing this weekend. What that is the Stampin' Club and the Mini Stampin' Crew for August, as well as the bingo game. That will be coming up this weekend, to be determined what date and time, but I'm just going to wing it and do it and have fun with it. Feel free to watch or not, it's all good. Now, on that note, the new clubs for September is up, so I'm now taking names for the September bingo if you want in, and as well as for the Stampin' Club if you make an order of $50 or more, or for the Mini Crew, it's any orders of $50 or less. You're entered into a draw. We've had a good month for August with some good names for the Mini Crew, which I'm excited. Alright, now September 10th is the next deadline for the Paper Pumpkin Kit Spooky Treats, if you're interested. And then September 27th is my free social crafting session on Zoom, 7 p.m. I just picked a date tonight. Yay! And as well to mention, October 1st is World Card Making Day. This is a new thing. Stampin' Up! Is hosting an online event, free for anyone, demonstrators, customers, anybody. I will be tuning in as well to check it out, so if you want to watch along, let me know. That way I can follow up with you and see what you think, if you like what you see from the world of Stampin' Up! For party hosting and ongoing for September and beyond, I'm available if you're interested in a party or an unparty, or if you just want to make an order. I am here. And just to recap, every Thursday, as much as I can, I jump on here to the Facebook group Playing with Papers and Colors-SU. I do a crafting video or two. Usually it's 2 nowadays, because I'll do the Stampin' Up! Video and then the Color the Kitty video. And the replays of those are posted over on my YouTube channel, Color the Kitty. And before I totally forget, please follow, like, subscribe, notifications, all that fun stuff. Helps support me to do more and more here. Alright. Spooky treats. Here's a teaser. Looks like we got a spooky, ghostly stamp set here. And some sort of black stars. And whatever this is will be treat boxes for a little Halloween funness. Here is some images in regards to the upcoming, the current weekly sale. So let's talk about some of these items here. We've got craft paper. We got craft gift boxes. The Summer Shadows dies. We've got some brushed metallic adhesive backed dots. We've got some brushed brass butterflies. Classic matte dots. Splendid Day paper. And this paper is beautiful. I actually have it. It is beautiful. I made a gift box out of it actually through a class, which is cool. Then we've got some craft note cards and envelopes. We also have round and square brads, as well as linen specialty paper, pale papaya ribbon, and snowfall accents puff paint. So those are the deals of the week. If you like any of these, please let me know. I can put together a quick shopping link host code so a host can get some rewards and we can go from there. So that's the deals of the week. Now, World Card Making Day. Now, this image is horribly hard to see. I do apologize. But I did want to bring this to some attention because the event is free to join. There's no obligation to buy anything. However, the event is having these 3 bundles featured. So if you are really an avid crafter and you want to get in on this, these bundles are available for purchase. The Cottage Rose, Cottage Weather, and Warm Welcome. And if you buy any of these bundles, you get a free little gift from Stampin' Up, which is cool. That gift, I'll tell you in just a moment what it is. Where's my eyes? Includes free iridescent pearl basic jewels. So little sequins of some sort. And also suggested other supplies is white cardstock, adhesives, the mini glue dots, the Stampin' Dimensionals, the Stampin' Seal. For tools, it suggests paper snips, Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because of the dies, or the mini machine because of the dies. So either way, you need a die cutter if you're going to acquire these bundles. And it also mentions some more colors, more supplies to be used. So for more cardstock, crumb cake, so saffron, shimmery white, fresh freesia, mint macaroon. It's also got for ink suggestions, crumb cake, tuxedo black, flirty flamingo, old olive, fresh freesia, mint macaroon. It also suggests to use, if you're going to actually follow along step by step, is the Stampin' Blends combo packs, the crumb cake, flirty flamingo, mint macaroon, old olive, so saffron. Water painters for tools, for accessories, linen thread, blending brushes, and watercolor pencils. So there's quite a promotion here going on as World Card Making Day will be upon us in exactly 1 month away. Yay! Okay, hosting. So celebration's now over until sometime New Year, which is too bad. But there'll be some goodies in the new year for celebration again. So we're back to the normal host rewards, where a basic host reward is 10% from a $200 party order, and it goes up from there. So all someone has to do is make one order of $200 or multiple orders to equal $200, and that's $20 right there, which is awesome. Joining. So the Making Plans collection that was part of the celebration is now no longer available, which is too bad because it was a really nice planner collection that I would highly recommend for some people if you're into a pen and paper planner. Now, what I can say about joining, and I have to kind of promote this a little stronger this month, is because my team is having a challenge that I get a voucher if I can get someone to join this month. It's a big challenge. Is the supportive community, I think, is the biggest takeaway here. Yeah, there's a 20% commission, access to sneak peeks, early releases, such as I Knew This World Card Making Day was coming up for a while now. I also have access to knowing what materials are required for World Card Making Day, etc., etc. But it's the community. That's a huge difference here that I highly recommend. If you're going to join, especially under my team. We have a pretty big team. The upline, she is a very lovely lady. She's been doing this for a while. She's really built a community out of this. And there's a Facebook group for all of us to hang out and talk and share ideas privately. She actually has members take turns hosting the group every 2 weeks as an incentive to keep it lively and fun. There's ongoing videos, tutorials, sharing of ideas, helpful hints, advice, questions. And yeah, so it's really, really a good community if you're looking to find a home of crafty minded people and more. And not all demonstrators are actually sellers. Some of them just do it for the sake of they just love crafting. So it's all different types of demonstrators for Stampin' Up! In this community. So a lot of useful knowledge to be taken from there. Okay, so I'm having quite a night. I kind of accidentally ruined my tea, but that's okay. So my tea was going to be brought to you by Visipology, but it's not now. Just too bad. I really wanted tea. Something went wrong with the coffee machine, so it's like, oh no, my tea is ruined. So, oh well. And it's only a limited sample that I had, too. I'm like, damn. It was going to be champagne spritz. So in the meantime, I have water. Alright, I'm just going to move a couple of thingies around here as I get set up. Alright, if you remember, the Paper Pumpkin kit here. I have no plan as to what I'm doing tonight, to be brutally honest. I just know something to do with this kit. That's all I had planned out. As I move a whole bunch of things around. Okay, so so this month we had 2 Stampin' Spots. We had a bunch of stamps. We have this, and then there's the envelope. I was gonna do a simple stamping, but I'm like, no, use the envelopes. So I kept going on about how great they are. So let's use them. And I've got these. This is a free extra in this kit as well. So let's essentially roll with it. Let's see what I can come up with. Which someone might have already done this. I think actually someone did show me a picture. And I want to quickly look at it so I don't accidentally copy the exact same thing that she did. Because I'm trying not to be a complete copycatter. Let me see. Okay, no, she did do something different. Okay. I just wanted to check. Then I've seen someone else do it then. Where have I seen it? Bear with me a moment. Especially when I keep hearing my own voice on my phone. Yeah. I know. I'm all precious here. Okay. I'm just getting all distracted. One moment, my friends. Okay. I got a bit of a plan. Not much of a plan. But we're going to roll with it. Alright, so what I need these, minimally. I'm just going to stick this off to the side as I literally knock everything over because I'm having one of those days. Alright, so I'm going to need these. And I'm going to need some white paper. So I'm just going to go classic white. First things first is I'm going to cut this envelope. Time to cut up the envelope. And it occurred to me, I am still chaotic here. So how's your day going? Hopefully better than mine. Alright, so I've got the edges of that cut. Almost there. I think this blade's starting to wear out a bit. And another cut. That way well, that was gonna work. Alright. Maybe I'll do a distressed look or something. Alright, so I've got this. What's my sizey here? I'm just thinking. Okay, so what's my usual card base size? Oh, come on, kitty. What's my card base size? 5.5 by 4.25. So let's just go 4 inches. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Let's just go with it. So 4 inches by 5.25 is what we're gonna go with. Alright, so we've got this going on here. This coolness. Yeah, my blade's getting worn out already. I've only had this for a while. Alright, so there's that. We're gonna need a card base. Let me see if I got one in a pile here, which I actually think I do. There we go. There's a card base. And I need a plan. Alright. Let's see what I can come up with. So I already got this cut 5.5 by 8.5. So when you fold it, it's 5.5 by 4.25. So I've got an overall card base happening here. I want to put this on it. This is so far the vision that I got, which looks beautiful in its own way, to be honest. And then this was an additional item that came with the kit. I have not used these yet, but I want to use it. So, and I have no idea how I want to use them. But let me just pull out one of these and just see. Oh, that's pretty neat. The honeycomb effect. I don't know if I like it, but that's neat. It looks better on screen than it does in front of me. Okay, let me see. You know, for some weird reason, I actually really like it. Now, how am I going to jazz it up here? Let me look at what's else in the kit. We've got a whole bunch of options. Just gonna pull out some pieces and see what we got. Alright. Because we're gonna need a tag of some sort. And I feel like we're gonna need... We need a focal point of some sort. So I'm just gonna layer it and then see if I like where we're going with this. I'm just thinking. Just looking at all these beautiful pieces, pondering life here. Yeah. I'm pondering. Alright, we're gonna do some stamping. Finally getting to some stamping. We're gonna do the sunflower on one of these because I have an extra one. I'm pretty sure I have an extra one. I might be wrong, but that's okay. Alright, so I got my stamp, and then my color this month is crushed curry for the yellow that they're promoting here. Just gonna peel that back a little. Give this a bunch of ink. Nothing too fancy. And then, with no super plan, although I feel like I want to match it up. So there's one, and I'm just gonna pull this back. And then, on purpose, they suggested to rotate and stamp off again, like so, which looks okay. And I'm just gonna clean my stamp on my sponge. And then I feel like doing the center, I can do the one color or the other. I'm gonna go with the one color here because I just feel I'm in a yellow on yellow mood. Like so. That's pretty beautiful. Give that a quick clean. Okay, so we've got our sunflower kind of going here. Just gonna cap that. And I'm just gonna stick this on. And almost like a sun kind of feel happening. Okay. And then I'm just thinking how I want to build this. So I've got some items here. I've got some bees. Oh, there's a little bumblebee. There's two bumblebees. I got hello, one for a one-of-a-kind friend. Wishing you so much happiness. Thank you. I'm pondering. Because it just looks cool as it is, but it needs a tag of some sort. Here's the tags, so that way I can still keep thinking here. I'm gonna go with, I want a thank you card actually. We're gonna go with a thank you. And then for this, I'm gonna swap to the other color, the soft suede. Because I feel like that would be a nice touch here. And then I'm gonna go with that one. And then I'm going to add something to it. I'm gonna add a little bumblebee to it with the soft suede, and I'm just gonna quickly season it, dip it in some ink. Like so. I think that's a really cute touch. And then that sunflower we already got going on, I'm gonna add a little bumblebee to it as well. That way it gives something happening. So let me bring that back down. Quickly season it. Ink it nicely. Then just stick it on there. A little bumblebee. And then I'm gonna put everything together here before I glue it to see, do I like this idea? The downside of the kits is you only have so many materials. So and there's also the ability to buy more refills. Although I think this one's a really popular one. So I'm just gonna pop that out, put that off to the side. Alright, I wanna see with my vision how this is gonna look. I just think that's kind of neat technique here happening. Just that way of, and I'm gonna do something extra tonight I don't normally do, but we'll get to it shortly. So for example, we got that, we got that. I think even that just looks elegant. However, I want to see how's it gonna look if I stick that inside. Nah, doesn't look as good, doesn't it? It kind of loses its effect a tiny bit. Okay, well, that's where we live and learn. Alright, so two things here. I'm going to come back to all this in the short. I want to stamp the back of the card. The usual color to kitty nonsense. So first I'm going to take the soft suede ink, do up my stamp, and have at it. I'm just going to carefully not ruin too many things on the table tonight. Alright, and then we're going to come back with the Angel Policy, my old one. I've got the Created By. You know, it's not a normal color to kitty project when I don't do this step. They're Created By. It's just a neat way of personalizing that. It's like I've made this project, and you can do this too. That way you can personalize the back with your signature or something. It's nice to get recognition when you put something really nice together. Alrighty. Then I'm going to need, because someone perked up earlier today and asked about what do you put on the inside. And I don't usually put much on the inside, but I'm going to do it today. So I'm going to pull out hopefully some scrap paper. I've got a white piece here. I hope it will do. So essentially I need to cut it down to that inner panel for the card base. So if you remember the sizes, it's 5 1/4. Well, when I get the right orientation here. Okay, 5 1/4 by 4. Then that way I've got a panel I can put on the inside. And then knowing its portrait orientation, what we can do here is jazz it up nicely. So I'm going to just do something kind of half random, and if I don't like it, I can spin it around and turn it upside down. First things first, make sure this is seasoned. So there's one stamping, and let me grab the other one. Let me season it just to make sure. That way give it a bit of seasoning. And then I'm just gonna overlap it a little, like so. Just to kind of jazz it up a little, and I'm wondering what happens if I actually overlapped it together. No, they don't line up. It was a thought. Alright, so there's a little bit of inside decorating. Then we can start putting all this together. So we're going to leave that dry for a moment because it needs a moment. And then we'll come back to it in a very short. So here is our project. So first things first, I'm going to put this, actually, let me build the overall and then we'll put the rest of it together. So first things first, this has got to go on very nicely, which can be a bit of a challenge, and that's where the glue dots are very useful for that. So first things first, put one on every corner to start. And then, just to kind of help it, put one in the middles, side middles, like so. That way, hopefully, it will stay in one piece, is the intention. And take off all those little white caps. Every single one of them. Alright, just going to move some of those aside and then lay this right on top, and hopefully I can line it up decent. I think I got it. Move some of those aside. Alright, so now we got that. Now flip it over and then grab some dimensionals. I'm just going to use these because they're already out on the table. Put one in each corner, including one in the center. That way it gives a little bit of a 3D fun. And then what I like to do is this, and I read this today. Supposedly doing that, stab the center of it, helps lift up the white cap. So there's a tip for you that I got from my upline. Supposedly that works. I don't know. I'm skeptic about it personally. But I guess it does. Alright. Clear my desk a tiny bit. Make sure my orientation is again correct. And glue this down. Like so. And then next is my sunflower. I'm going to glue it on with adhesive tape. Because I feel like that tonight. So I've got my stamp and seal, and I'm just going to prime it. Okay, it's kind of on, but that's okay. And then just kind of stick it there. And then lastly, on the front is the tag, which I have hidden from myself. And I just want it to kind of float down here. And I think that I'm going to put on with dimensionals. Because dimensionals are a crafter's best friend. So it just really needs two, I think. And then let's try that center tip again. I don't know. I guess it works. It does make them a little easier to peel off because it kind of helps them release. Alright, so there is our card base. It actually looks really nice. That looks really cool. And it's got the shine of the gold. So then open it up, and then we're going to put this on with adhesive. And then we are done, my friends. I think. I say that now. Well, hey, you never know where we're at in crafting world. Just gonna prime that a little more, little more. I find with these you have to kind of prime it. I don't know, for some reason. It's just the way these are. They're a little tough to work with. And then lastly, there we go. So there is tonight's project. And I really hope you liked. Oh, my camera's twisted tonight. Sorry, guys. I must be really off tonight, that's for sure. Alright, that is the project. So that's very, very pretty. I like it. I really do. And all I did was used items from the kit. The only thing I brought in differently was white cardstock. And that was it. I'm still using the kit, which is really, really cool. Alrighty, so there is that. So thank you everyone for watching. Feel free to subscribe and check back again on things that I do. And I'll be back again next week. Not sure my vision yet for next week and what the project shall be. It might be another alternative to this kit, because this is a really beautiful kit. I'll probably go back to more of my simple stamping concept, because I do really enjoy that. And yeah, so yeah, feel free to check back again, and please subscribe and like and follow and notifications and all of that stuff. That way I can keep going and doing this for you. Alright everyone, have a great night. Bye for now, and I'll be back in a short for the Color the Kitty video for Color the Kitty Nest tonight. Alrighty, bye!